Hey folks, Ali here with another Insider video. Today we're going to be talking about user feedback. Some of the best membership sites, a lot of our clients are some of our most successful customers use this. They use it religiously, and we're going to talk about why it's essential and how you can start doing this. So let's dive in. We've got 3 topics here. The first one is get it early and get it often. So by this, we mean it's never too early or too late to ask for feedback. Whether you're launching brand new or your growth stage, doing multiple millions in annual revenue, you should be asking for feedback, right? And you can temper it at different stages, but in the beginning, it's vital. Without that, those early members, customers inform a lot of your decision making, and they're going to give you some insight you can't see. They're also going to help you shape your product so that you can establish product market fit and you can really build something of value that's meaningful to your audience. So don't wait. The other point here is make it easy to give. So don't hide it somewhere. You'll even notice in our Insider dashboard, when you're logged in, you can hit the dashboard. We've got a nice little form that says, what kind of content would you like to see? We want to hear from you. That's why it's there. People kind of try to get tricky and put this little link in the corner where no wonder it never gets submitted because nobody can ever see it. So always make it accessible, make it easy to use, and then in the event that it becomes overwhelming, just shut it down and then bring it back another time. So get it early, get it often. Next, don't be afraid to ask. So this is Sales 101. It applies to all types of marketing and sales strategy, but in this context, you should be aggressive in asking for this. And what you'll find in reality, most people want to give it to you, especially if they're a member or a customer that's paying you. They are going to generally be open. They'll be even more open if you're a founder or you're a leader and you create a personal approach, so personal outreach. I did a quick test months ago with one of our own Q3 client survey, and at first we tried to do it through ActiveCampaign, made it all nice and pretty. Guess how many people submitted it? 1. Then I took the time to sit down and write a nice email and queue it up to 20 of the top clients we have that I really wanted to hear from. And guess how many people submitted it? 17. Can you believe that? So it was a little bit of time for me, but the insight that they gave was immensely valuable. And it all shows that personal touch means a lot to people. And then queue this up. We're big on systems and calendars over here. I would suggest putting this on the calendar at least quarterly, maybe twice, biannually, twice a year. Once a month is probably too aggressive. I wouldn't do anything more than a quarter. So you want to pace that out, because if you ask too often, then it dilutes the value and people will eventually stop responding to that. Last, we have track your feedback. So again, we're huge on tracking things around here. The concept here is look at data to help drive your decision making. So the beauty of our Q3 survey results this year is that we got to see some really nice insight. We used a Google form, so it put it in the great visual graph display. And some of our current priorities initiatives are based on that feedback. So it's a great way to get outside of yourselves and your own strategy and say, what do our members want? What do our customers want? What can we do to create even more value for them? And the last point there is that when you do this, always be wary of a sample size of 1 and n equals 1. What that means is that just because one person says something, don't ignore it, but don't value that and say, we got to go do this. This is a huge trap that a lot of us as entrepreneurs get stuck in, is that we get really caught up in the emotions of owning product or content, whatever it is that we're creating and selling, and then somebody comes and just dumps on it. And it's like a hit to the heart. So do not iterate or take sample sizes of 1 seriously. That said, if half your of your sample size is aligned on that feedback, then it's telling you something, and that's an obvious sign that it's time to take action there. So I hope this is helpful. We strongly encourage you to capture feedback. It can be as easy as web forms, sending emails, etc., and then it's going to give you this super valuable data to essentially grow your business. So we'll leave you with that. We look forward to seeing what kind of user feedback you collect on your sites.